Hi, my name is Rabbi Mark Bisman. I'm Rabbi Emeritus of Tzion. But before we start this evening's service, I want to remind us the context for this Shabbat in this particular congregation. This Sunday, the 19th of July, completes 5 weeks since Rabbi Kaplan died. Rabbi Kaplan's absence from this bima is still fresh. None of us who are helping to lead a service can fill the void created by Rabbi Kaplan's absence. But like each of you, we who try to stand in the breach and help lead our ongoing services, try to find our own way to go on. We're all helping each other, the congregation or Tzion. Unable to embrace one another because of raging virus, we limp along from week to week, from Shabbat to Shabbat, trying weekly to rekindle the Shabbat spirit. None of us can replicate Rabbi Kaplan's presence, a presence that formerly filled this bima. But we tried to sing the melodies he sang with Cantor Rubinstein. This week she's on vacation, but we will be helped by two of our teens, Nora Feinberg and Sadie Feinberg, who are going to help lead some of the melodies that we're familiar with. So we have an extra challenge to find in the words of our Siddur and the customs of our Friday night traditions, ways to awaken a sense of God's presence in our community and in our lives. We do what every generation of Jews has done before. We do it, though, in our own way. We try to sanctify Shabbat to declare these next 24 hours a special time in our week. We try to chant familiar melodic phrases. And so we begin inviting the messengers of the King of Kings, the King over all human beings. In welcoming these messengers, we try to sense the specialness of this moment. As we proceed from our opening Shalom Aleichem toward Lecha Dodi, we personify Shabbat on the road to greeting her as bride and queen. If you're using the special booklets from Tzion for Erev Shabbat, you'll find Shalom Aleichem on page 4. In the Siddur Lev Shalem, it's on page 5. And if you're using a different book, unless Sadie and Nora want to tell us what page they're on, I don't know where you are. But you'll do it from heart, hopefully. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Baruch hu ni leshalom malachei hashalom malachei elyon. Mi melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Tzeitzchem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In the special books on page 8, L'chu Neranana. Let us go and join together in song. L'chu neranana, l'chu neranana, l'chu neranana, l'Adonai. L'chu neranana, l'chu neranana, l'chu neranana, l'Adonai. Nariya, nariya, l'tzur yishenu, nekadma fanav b'toda. Nariya, nariya, l'tzur yishenu, Bizmirot Nariya lo. We'll ask Nora Feinberg to lead us in the in Psalm 96. It's on page 10 in the booklets or page 13 in the Leib Shilling. Nora.
Shiru Adonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Adonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Adonai, Baruch Shemo, Pasru Miyom Le'yom, Yeshuato, Sapru L'Goyim, Kevodo Bechol Hamayim, Nifleotav, Ki Gadol Adonai, Meod. Norahu, Alko Elohim, ay, Iko Elohe Hamayim, Elim Vadonai, Shamayim Asa. Of Bahar Lafanav of Setiferet Bemikadasho Havel Adonai Mishbechot Tamim Havel Adonai Kavod Va'oz ay Havel Adonai Kevod Shemo Sumichat Uvo Lechatz Rotav Yishtachavu Adonai Lehadrak Kodesh Hilchu Mipana Kol Haaretz Imru Vagoyim Adonai Malach Al Tikon Teva Baal Timot Yadin Anim B'Misharim Yismechu Hashamayim V'Tegeh Haaretz ay Yiram Hamayim Umelech Yiram Hamayim Umela Yala Sadai V'chol Asher Bo Azir Rananu Kol Atzeyar Lifnei Adonai Ki Kiva Mishpot Haaretz Yishpot Tevel Betzedek Ve'amayim Be'emunato.
Thank you, Nora. We'll turn now to Romamu and ask Sadie Feinberg to lead us. In the small books, it's on page 13. And if you're
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'yishachavu L'har Kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'yishachavu L'har Kodsho. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu.
Thank you. We'll turn now to Psalm 29, Havul Adonai, on page 14 in these books, or 21 in the Leif Shilling. Mizmor LeDavid, Havul. I think I'm going into your melody, guys. Havul Adonai, B'nai Elim, Havul Adonai, Kavod Va'os, Havul Adonai, Kevod Shemo, Ishtach Havul Adonai, Behadrat Kodesh, Kol Adonai al Hamayim, El HaKavod Hirim, Adonai al Mayim Rabim, Kol Adonai, Ba'koach Kol Adonai Behadar Kol Adonai Shover Arazim Vayishaber Adonai et Arzei Halvanon Vayarkideim Kemo Engel Levanon Basirion Kemo Venra Emim Kol Adonai Chotzev Lavodesh Kol Adonai Yachil Adonai Midbar Kadesh Kol Adonai Yechol El Ayalot Vayechesof Yarot Uvhechala kulo omer, Uvhechala kulo omer kavod. Adonai lamabul yashav, Vayeshev Adonai melech leolam, Adonai os yamo yitem, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. We'll turn now to Lecha Dodi as we welcome the Sabbath as bride and queen. In the special booklets, it's on page 17. We're going to do the first two stanzas and then go to page 22 for the last two stanzas on page 23 in Lev Shalem. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Ishmiyanu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad, Ushemo echad, L'shemol tiferet v'litayla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi makor ha'beracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof maaseh b'machshavat chila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabela. Page 25 in the Yahaminu small tifrotzi v'et Adonai taritzi ahayad ish ben partzi v'nismecha v'nagila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabela. At this time, if you're able to do so, we rise. The sun's not setting yet, but soon it will be, and we face toward the west where the sun will set as we welcome the Sabbath bride. B'hoi v'shalom tered bala, gam b'simcha uv'tzahala, toch emunei am segula, b'oi chala. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabela. You be seated. We welcome those in our midst who've endured loss. Recently, we pray Hamakom Yinachem Etchem, B'toch Shev Tzion v'Yerushalayim, Min Hashamayim Tenuchamu. We pray that you find comfort along with all others who are in mourning. The Psalm for Shabbat is on page 23 in these booklets, or on page 27 in the Lev Shalem. Mizmor shir leyom haShabbat, tov lehodot laDonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. L'hagid baboker chastecha, emunatcha balelot, ale asor v'ale navel, ale higayon b'chinor. Mizmor shir leyom haShabbat, tov lehodot laDonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. We'll continue now with the closing psalm from the Kabbalat Shabbat service as we prepare for Mourner's Kaddish. We're on page 24 with Psalm 93. We look to nature and its roaring rivers and remind ourselves that above all of nature, There is God. Mikolot ma'im rabim, adirim mishpereyam, adir bamarom Adonai, Edo tachanem numiod, levetchana v'kodesh, Adonai, le'orech yamim. Those who are in mourning, those remembering a yortzeit, Mourner's Kaddish, can be found on page 25 in the Tzion booklets for Friday night, or on page 30 in Leiv Shalem. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabam, v'alma divrach yerutei, v'amlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayedech al Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabam avarach, leolam uvolmei almaya yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitalev, v'yitalal, shemei dekudsha brechum. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, damiran v'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yomru. Amen. May be seated. Why, no, actually everybody should stand up if you can easily do so, because we're going to ask Sadie Feinberg to lead us in the Baruch on page 28 in the booklet and page 39A in Leiv Shalem.
Yar lai 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 lai. Yar lai 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 lai. Yar lai 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 lai. Yar lai 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 lai. Yar lai 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 lai. Yar lai 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 lai. Yar lai 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 lai. Yar lai 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 lai. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
May be seated. Thank you. We think of nature and the order of time in this opening bracha before the Shema. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidbaro ma'ariv aravim. Time comes, eventually darkness comes to this bright community here. And we think about, though, the passing of light and darkness and the passing of day into night. Umavir yom umei v'layla, umavdil ben yom uvein layla, Adonai tzevaot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Amariv Aravim. Avat Olam is on page 30 in the small booklets, on page 40 in Leiv Shalem. Avat Olam Beit Yisrael, Amcha Havta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, b'shochbeinu u'vekumeinu, nasiach bechukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha, le'olam va'ed. Ki heim chayenu, v'orech yameinu, u'vahem negeh, yomam v'layla. Yavatcha al tasir mimenu li'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu hadivarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech ופשוחתך ופקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך, ובישעריך. We continue to ourselves to the end of the Shema. Adonai Elohechem Emet. The bracha that follows the Shema reminds us of the crossing of the sea that was on page 37 in the booklets or page 44 in Lev Shalem. Umalchuto bratzon kiblu aleihem Moshe uva Miriam uvnei Yisrael lechanu shira v'simcha rabba v'yamru chulam mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh nora tehilot osefela Malchutecha ra'u banecha bokeyam lifnei Moshe ze'eli anu v'yamru Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed v'nemar ki fad Adonai et Yaakov u'gelo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. Okay, Sadie. Hashkivenu on page 38, and in the Lev Shalem on page 45. We think of the darkness when we think of nighttime, especially when we're very, very young, littler than our teen helpers. We get our fears, but this Hashkivenu is to remind us that we have helping us above the and beyond the our fears and the things that worry us, like our pandemic, that we do have a creative universe that tries to help us find peace. Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamitenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamitenu malkeinu lechaim. Ushmor tzidkenu. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamitenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamitenu malkeinu lechaim.
Thank you both. Ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha, baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. The biblical passage reminding us of the Shabbat V'Shamru on page 40 in the booklets or page 46 in Lev Shalom. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. If you can, we rise for the Chatzi Kaddish preceding the Amidah, which we recite to ourselves. The Chatzi Kaddish is on page 46, and Sadie is going to lead us, I believe. No, Nora is going to lead us, or both of you are going to lead us. However it goes, page 46, Chatzi Kaddish.
Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabba ve'amati rachirte ve'amlikmachute echayechon yom echad ufchayetecho beit Yisrael ba'agala ba'agala u'bizman karim nimeru amin yehi shmei rabba mevorah E'olam olam e'amaya yiparach Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yishmam v'yinaseh v'yitadai v'yitaled v'yitalal shmei l'kodesh ha'brecha le'elam minchol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'riram v'yamak v'yimeru amen. Ose shalom bimramav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, va'imru, imru amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu,
V'al kol Yisrael v'meru. Amen. On Monday, I listened to a LinkedIn podcast that my daughter Sarah produces. The host is Jesse Hempel. Jesse's guest was Bruce Feiler. Bruce's new book is Life is in the Transitions, Mastering Change at Any Age. His central premise is that our contemporary life has an increase in the number of unexpected changes in our life. We can think of the coronavirus pandemic that's changed so much in our lives, and also remembering our rabbi's sudden death and the changes it has brought. The increase of the number of unexpected changes that disrupt our normal expectations and disrupt the normal patterns of how we live our lives. Feiler suggests that this increase requires us to review our toolkit for how we manage these transitions. In a little more than 11 days, the Jewish calendar presents a traditional fast day that commemorates the biggest disruptor in the history of Jewish life. The destruction of the Jerusalem temple, first by the Babylonians in the 6th pre-Christian century, and then a repeat destruction by the Romans 500 years later in the 1st century of the Common Era. These earthquakes required our people to struggle to reorganize their lives while grieving the loss of the central organizing principle of their daily lives. What we call Judaism today was created by our rabbinic innovators as they led their contemporaries in new ways to cope with their loss and found ways to create new ways to organize and reorganize the patterns of their daily lives. This Shabbat is the second week in a 10-week march to the 10 days we know as Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Tomorrow, I will share more about this Jewish historic toolkit that helped our ancestors cope with radical changes and disruptors. These radical changes forced them to rethink their views about life and the ways in which they coped with earthquake moments. And if you want some personal insight into the more everyday kind of nonlinear lives that we lead and how we might adjust to these periodic disruptions, these life quakes that require us to reorganize our lives, I urge you to consider reading Bruce Feiler's new book. We continue with Kaddish Shalem in the booklets on page 60 and on page 54 in Lev Shalem. Yikra v'ikra shemei Rabba, v'yamad yivra chirutei, v'yamlech malchutei, b'chayechon v'yamechon, chaydecho beit Yisrael, b'galav v'zman kari v'imru, Amen. Yehesh mei Rabba mevorach, leolam olol me'al maya, yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach, yitbar v'yitramam v'yitnasei, yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha, brechu, Leila min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata damiran b'yalma v'imru, Amen. Tikabel tzlot hanuvatan decho Yisrael, kodam avuhan devishmaya v'imru, Amen. Yesh lamaraba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, uyaseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael, v'yal kol yoshvei tevel v'imru, Amen. Before we turn to the Aleinu, we're mindful of those in our community and in our world who are in need of healing. We take a moment to think of them, saying their names out loud if you so desire. If you can, we rise for Aleinu on page 63 in the booklets and on page 56 in Lev Shalem. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol latet gedula liotzer breshit shalo asanu kigoye haratzot velo samanu kamishbechot hadama shalo sam chalkenu kahem v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korim u'mishpachadim u'modim lifnei malach malchei hamlachim Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Kakatu v'Torah techadonayim loch leolam v'ed v'nemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad u'shema 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 Echad. This week, the 26th of Tammuz or the 3rd of Av, we recall the Yortzites, among others of Florence Bankendorf, Herman Kaplan, Marilyn Jean Scott, Arnold Rosner, Irving Horn, Leah Rebman, Robert Weinstein, David Yaffe, Florence Golden, Mel Herzog, Melvin Techtel, Saul Chernimus, Herman Kaplan, Abraham Murick, Abraham Olson, Anna Chewell, Bella Corman, William Fox, Edith Leipert, Issy Haber, Milton Tuber, Morris Horwitz, Nathan Krasnow, Vicki Frindell. We also extend condolences to the family of Albert Firestone, who passed away on this Friday, July 10th, last Friday. We extend condolences to his wife Bernice, to daughters Susan and Michael Portnoy and Nancy Firestone, and to the entire family. Makom Menachem. We join together in affirming our faith in spite of our loss with Mourner's Kaddish on page 66 in the booklets or page 58 in the Lev Shalom. Yidkada v'yidkadash shemei rabbah, bi'alma divrach irutei, bi'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'vyomechon, uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, b'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam u'olmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, Shemei dehucha brechu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, damiran bi'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imrumav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. We'll turn now to Allison Feinberg, who's going to make this evening's announcements. After those announcements, we'll chant the Kiddush, and then the Feinberg family with Nora and Sadie will lead us in Hamotzi.
Sorry, I had props getting together. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to the Feinberg home. Thank you to Rabbi Bisman for leading us in services tonight. And special thanks to my lovely daughters, Nora and Sadie Feinberg, for helping us to lead also tonight. And also just wanted to, it was out in the e-bowl and on Thursday, she's my daughter and I'm proud of her. So I'll just say it, you can look at your e-bulletin, but Nora had a special honor at Camp Ramah last Shabbat. Online, she was the Darshanit. She got to give it was a very special honor, and I would take a look at our e-bulletin, and if you want to watch it, she's at minute 36. It's a really cool thing, and I'm felling still. So just announcements, here we go. We request that you continue sending in children's artwork and pictures of Rabbi Kaplan to Stephanie in the office. We have had a tremendous response to our Gift of the Heart campaign. If you haven't already made your commitment, please do so soon. And you can do it right on the website, or you can call Pam in the office. Please make sure an email just came out before Shabbat that detailed all information with candidates for our interim rabbi position. 3 excellent candidates will be officiating at weekday services and having Q&As on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week as well. And we were offering learning programs for children. So please make sure to check those out. Opportunities to connect virtually every week are adult education with Rabbi Sussman every Monday at 5 p.m. Ruach Tefillah with Cantor will resume on Wednesday, July 29th. A huge thanks to Scott Wiggin for his technical assistance with all of our services. Next Friday, tomorrow morning will be led by Rabbi Bisman, thank you. And next Friday and Saturday services, Rabbi Aviva Funke will be back to lead our services. I wanted to make a little pitch for the Camp at Home campaign that we have going on, because so many of our kids go to camp in the summer and we're home this summer, and the congregation usually gives a gift to all these kids. We have a gift. It's from the clerk. Oh, well, okay. Props. Okay, Josh, that's so it's camp. You can register online. It's not just for kids to go to sleepaway camp. We did all the congregational kids. We have enough for every kid in the congregation, and we're going to deliver them to you. This is on behalf of the Young Family Programming Committee, the staff and clergy, and the Youth Commission. We all got together and we did this, and it has a really cool beach ball in it with the Tzion logo, so you know you want it. Please make sure to check our website for important information on services and virtual program details. And if you know of any congregant who has issues with technology and can't access our services, please let us know. We're trying to get people as much online as possible and walk them through how to do this. So I think that's it from announcements. Shabbat Shalom.
I want to repeat a thank you to Nora and Sadie, who saved my life today. So thank you. We'll turn to the Kiddush, which is on page 67 in the booklets, or on page 55 after the Kiddush. We then turn back to the Feinberg family and we will hear Hamotzi. And then I think it's Shabbat Shalom. Enjoy the evening. Thank you for joining us. And we'll see you in the morning. Sabri, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. B'shabbat kodsho, Yahava uvratzon hinechilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila l'mikrei kodesh. Zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, ki banu v'acharta, yotanu kidashta, mikol hamim. B'shabbat kodshecha, b'yahava uveratzon, hinechaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh HaShabbat. L'chaim. Motzi.
Motzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices join in happy chorus as our prayer is humbly said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Motzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
L'chaim. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom.